In this video, we're going to see just how long an HDMI cable run will the ATEM Mini accept. Hey folks, this is AJaytheCEO. If this is your first time stopping by the channel, thanks for stopping by. And on this channel, we focus on tips, training, strategies, reviews, and builds to help modernize your media ministry. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. So I've had this question asked me a bunch of times. How long of an HDMI run can you connect the ATEM Mini to and it still receive a signal? Now, most of the time, you really supposed to, HDMI really can only go about like 20 feet before the signal degrades. So I have 5 6-foot cables with another 6-foot actual HDMI to mini or micro, I always get them backwards, cable, which is going to plug directly into a camera. And I'm going to run these just to see how long, how many cables and how long can we go before we get no signal. So let me set everything up, and I'm actually going to be connecting this to a Canon G20 in the other room, and I'm just going to run it, and I'm going to put my other system on screen. So I'm going to record that so we can see once we finally get a signal on this system. All right, so, and I'm connecting these through just some simple HDMI couplers. There's no power, no nothing. So let's go ahead and see how many cables we can go through before we don't get a signal. And then I'm also going to connect the same amount of cables to my ATEM Television Studio HD, which is under the table, and see if there's a difference. All right, so let me hook this up, and this is merely the cable from the one cable in between the camera and the ATEM. So let's go ahead and plug this up into port number 4. And as you can see, we get a signal. All right, so that's one cable. So now we're gonna add one 6-foot in here. And this is gonna be plugged in, and I'm gonna unplug this from, and actually let me do a picture in here so that y'all can still see me on here. All right, so let's go ahead and plug one of these into this. We're gonna lose the signal here. So now we are at 12 feet. Did it die that fast? No signal that fast? Let me change up. I'm changing out to a different coupler now. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. I had it in the output instead of the input. So there it is, that's 12 feet of cable going strong. So now, let's add another, now we're going to 18 feet. No power, just the cables going in between. Get this here. All right. 18 feet. All right, so that's 1, 2 cables in, oh, wait a minute. There it goes. But it's kind of sensitive. All right, we're seeing it's kind of sensitive. All right, so let's try and add another one in here. So this is going to be 24 feet. Another coupler here. I think I unplugged the wrong one here. The black one is going directly to the camera. Here, and this is the one that's closest to the ATEM Mini. All right, we're at 24 feet, and the cable's still going strong, but it is kind of loose. We still got 2 more cables. I actually have more cables than this. I can't find my other couplers. That's the only problem. So I think this is the last coupler that I got. But I mean, I always could add this. And excuse me for sweating. Normally I have a fan on right here, but it's too noisy. All right, so here we go. "30 feet. Let's see. Alright, we're at 30 feet and we got nothing. Okay, there it goes. But it is very, very, very finicky. Alright. 30 feet. I just laid the cable down up and it's still going in and out. I'm trying to find the sweet spot of these cables before it starts acting up. Alright, we're getting something, but it's just, I gotta find where the weak spot is in this cable. So we all saw, I'm glad I'm recording, that we had that. So as y'all can see, this black cable is coming directly from the camera. So this is cable 1, cable 2, cable 3, cable 4, which is going directly to the ATEM Mini. So let me actually unplug one of these, and I have my GoPro here. So let's see. So right here is the last cable before the camera. I'm gonna unplug this, and I have a little adapter here for my GoPro. Let's see, do we get a signal with this? Alright, so nothing. I wonder if it's one of these cables in here. Let me unplug the last cable that I did. And let's see, do we get anything? So we're back down to 24 feet. Still nothing. Huh. Alright, let's try and plug the camera back up and make sure. So we're at 1, 2, we're at 3 cables here. 3 cables with this extension cable. We're at 4. Nothing. No, sir. I know these cables are good because actually I was just using them. Nothing there. Something come loose. But we should have got something right there. So now we're back down to just literally 2 cables here now. I'm still not getting anything. That's not right. Sure we're not losing anything. Let's make sure it's not the camera. I'm just going to plug this directly into the ATEM now. There's only 1 cable here. Should get something. Turn it right back on. Plug into the right jack. Alright, let's try my tablet. let's see if that works. Now I had this plugged in, so it is charged. And it uses the same connector as this camera. I'm getting nothing, so something is going on with the ATEM. Let's turn this off and then turn it right back on. Yes? See, you can't see it, but I literally just got to update this being detected, so I don't know. Maybe it's my computer that is the problem. But let's just shut it off and turn it right back on, and let's see. Yeah, I don't know what was up with that. So don't blame ATEM on that one. All right, so we got this. So let's start it all over again. So obviously this is one. Let me switch the camera up. So, I mean, it's not the greatest of views. Set this right there. All right, so that's one cable. We're going with one more now. Unplug, connecting this. Now we're only at 12 feet. All right, there we go. That's 12 feet. Now, let's add another cable to the mix. Now we're at 18 feet. And I'm getting nothing. So let's take this cable out of the mix. And I have another cable to switch that out with. I don't know if that's part of the problem. Okay. Still at 12. Let's switch out with another cable here. Alright, that's 18 feet. Now I'm going to switch this out with the extra cable that I had here. I know this is extra because it had PlayStation mark on this one. Take the coupler off of this one. Alright, so we're going to be at 24 feet now. Now it could not be the coupler, it could be, it could not be the cable, it could be the coupler. So let's switch that out. With Lowe's brand coupler here. Nope. So that's 1, 2, 3. We're at 24 feet. Now, you can't see it, but on my tablet, it is detecting a signal because it's asking me, do I want to do a mirror? So that means it's got something. It's just, I think what mainly the problem is just not enough power that's going through the cable for it to go to the system. That's what I really think it is. Now, we have 1, 2, 3. We have 4 cables here, so that's 24 feet. I'm gonna unplug this and plug this directly into my ATEM Studio and see what we get. All right, so we're gonna unplug here and let me switch over to the input I'm gonna be plugging into. All right, so that's number 3. All right, number 3 is plugged in, and This is a smart detecting tablet, so it should pick up, the signal should be showing, and we're getting nothing. So let me unplug one cable, because again, this is at 24 feet, and let's drop down under 20 feet and see, do we get anything? And there we go. So I guess it's proof again. Now, I mean, we got recorded proof that we went up to 5 cables and we got a signal for a half a second and then it didn't come back. So this is with the ATEM television Studio HD, and with the Mini, literally anything. So that's 1, 2, 3. We're at 18 feet. We still get a signal. Let's try this one more time. We're gonna add one more cable in the mix. And let's see, do we get anything? Now the tablet is showing something, but we're not getting anything. Again, I think it's power. So let's do one more thing. This is another HDMI switch that it doesn't really, there's no power, but it will light up because it's pulling power over the HDMI. I'm gonna put this in between one of these switches and see if we get anything. So this is going to the tablet. Well, actually, I need to switch it around. It's coming from the tablet, going in here. And as you can see, we're getting power because it's lit up. Number 2 is lit up. You can't see because of the light, but it is lit up. And then if we plug this in here and now switch it to number 1, see, we are getting something. All right, so at this point, 3 cables, 18 feet is the limit. So now this is what I'm gonna do. I really think it's because there's not enough power that's going over the HDMI. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a powered switch at the end of this. So right now we have 1 cable plugged in. This is 2, 3, 4. We're at 24 feet. So what I'm gonna do is add this powered HDMI splitter and see, do we get anything from there. I'm just gonna take this out from here. And yeah, so this is coming in from our tablet, and then we're going out. And we wanna see, does this boost anything? Now, see, it does light up, it gives us some power, but I think it's not enough power. So let me get the plug for this and plug this in, and let's see, do we get anything? And literally all I did was change this coupler with a powered splitter. All right, it's powered on, but still not getting anything. So this is going out, up, going in. Let's try the other out. And we're getting power because you see they're lit up, but we're still not getting anything. All right, so let's undo this and let's plug this into the ATEM, the ATEM Mini, and let's see if we get anything from that. All right. All right, that's the ATEM Mini. We're gonna plug this in to number 2. And it's being detected on the tablet, but nothing. Yeah, out. I think we're at our limit here. Let's put this coupler back on and let's see if we get anything. That's strange. Okay, so we're at one, we're at three. We're at 3 cables right now. And I really thought that was the problem. So let's try this one last time. There. Now what we're going to do is we have the input here, which is going to come from the tablet. And I could always switch this to the camera, it doesn't really matter at this point. Let me actually do that. I'm going to plug this back into the G20 over here. Let's see if we get anything different. Alright, the G20 is plugged in. Is going into the input of our powered splitter. Let's get the line out. Nothing. Hold on, let me make sure it's not my splitter. I actually got another one. Alright, so that was a 1x2 and now this is a 1x4. Let's see if this does any different. This is what I normally use to hook my PlayStation up so that I can capture footage. So this is the camera going into the input. And then we're going to do the line out, and I'm hitting buttons here. Computer, and then line out. Nothing. Nothing at all. That is really strange. Let's remove that. Just couple it back in place. This is right. Very, 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 very strange. Let me try this one more time. I'm going to power cycle everything. So we got 3 cables here. I'm going to plug this into my splitter. We're going to come out of the splitter into the ATEM Mini. And then let's see what we get. Alright, everything is plugged up. Let me power cycle it. Turn it right back on. Just come in here, deactivate, activate. Yeah, I don't know what it was. So we're going through our powered hub here. I don't think it let me lift it up high enough before I lose the signal. All right, so we have our powered hub here, and I think that's mainly just because of the power issues that I have going on with our cables. All right, so we have the camera, cable number 1, or number 2, number 3, then it's our powered hub, and then another cable from the hub is going directly to the ATEM. So let's see, can we add one more in here? So we already got 18 feet before the powered hub. So let me see if I can add this to the end coming out of the powered hub. So it's 18 feet before the powered hub, and then now another 16 coming out. And just in case, let's go through this setting here, deactivate, activate. Now we are getting nothing from here. Yeah, so it's just HDMI. Looks like we're confirming that you can only go. Now these are just regular HDMI cables. They're not any fiber optic ones, nothing like that at all. So you're seeing that that's as much as we're able to go before we have any power issues. Now this is from going directly into the ATEM Mini as well as the ATEM television studio. So 18 feet is the limit. I'm thinking honestly you're gonna get maybe around 20, because again I know 20 works because that's the longest run that I have at my church is 20 feet, and that's fine. Looks like anything over HDMI, a non-powered solution, and even in this situation a powered solution, had a problem. So 18 feet. Now again, I don't have one of these fiber optic HDMI cables. I'm supposed to be getting one for an install that I'm doing. We'll try that, but like I normally would, and I actually left it out in the car, I would use the SDI converters on here, and then you shouldn't have a problem with that at all. So you know what, let me go ahead and just test that anyway, because that's real easy to do. So let's unplug this. Just to show you how this will work. So we're just going to be having this one input, and then this one is going directly into the ATEM Mini. So let's go ahead and get these converters on here real quick, and we'll test this last one out. All right, so we have an HDMI to SDI. So this is going to be from the camera. Right there, got that plugged up. And let's give it some power. And then this is the one, SDI to HDMI, which is going into the ATEM Mini. All right, let's set that over there. Need to get this other one power. Right here. Now I don't have I actually sold my other HDMI to Ethernet extender, so I don't have one anymore in my possession. But let me grab this SDI cable, and then that cable is actually 20 feet, so that'll be a good test. All right, here's 20 feet of cable. SDI in into this one right here. All right, and SDI out, coming from the camera. And there we go. If I actually had the camera pointing at me. I'm not trying to let y'all see my laundry. So, there we go. Honestly, anything longer than 20 feet, you need to go with SDI. That is the safest bet to guarantee that you got a good strong signal that doesn't go out. So anyway, for those who asked for it, there you go. Again, maybe I might test out these fiber optic HDMI cables. Honestly, I don't have any reason for it right now, but the install I'm supposed to be doing early next month, maybe I may be able to test this out. So Anyway, if you like this type of content, I appreciate a like, consider subscribing, and hit that bell. That way you get notified when we come out with other videos to help modernize your media ministry, as well as all these other ATEM mini questions that you got. I will test them out for you. This is AJ. We will see you on the next video. Later.